Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you, depending on where you are watching us from. I have come again. INEC has done their worst, but like it's being said, a popular saying goes like this: where your intelligence, your mumulity, let me call it mumulity, where your what you think you call sense stops is where another one person's started. So your mumu stops and another person's maturity starts there. So when you think you are wise, that is what obedience is doing to INEC. INEC went to court, sought permission that they want to wipe off the vivas and wipe off evidence that Labour Party would have presented in the courts. It was like it is over for Labour Party. And no wonder Labour Party had to switch in this matter, in what I'm about to tell you. Finally, yesterday, all the parties, it was a deadline. All the parties submitted their various petitions so that they will not escape the deadline and it will be null and void. Hey, I was speaking with a prophet earlier and he told me, do you know the type of charms these guys prepared to blur the eyes of the obedience and their lawyers? But the charm is like, it's not working. Hey. Meanwhile, the Obidient Legal Team came in another dimension. You need to see this video and we'll be right back to discuss it.
Let's begin, and I guess we should begin with one of our headline stories where the Labour Party and Mr. Peter Obi, some other political parties also have filed officially a petition to challenge Bola Tinubu's victory in the February 25th presidential election. Tonight, I'm being joined by Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Kayode Adeluola, who joins us virtually from Lagos to give us an understanding of these suits that have been filed officially. Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us tonight, Senior Advocate. Give us a sense, thank you so much. Give us a sense of the implication of these suits that have been officially filed. We understand that tonight is going to be the deadline under the law to file such.
Yesterday was deadline, yeah.
Yes, the results, the return having been done on the 1st of March, and the winner having been declared on the 1st of March, gives the petitioners up to tonight, the 21st day after the declaration, before the file their petitions. Now, having filed the petitions, what one should look at is what are the grounds they have premised their petitions upon. The Labour Party has simply covered the field. In that sense, I'm saying that the three grounds that I recognize by the Electoral Act are: one, that the respondent, that is the president-elect, was not qualified to participate in the election. Second, that there were corrupt practices, and also that the requirements of the Electoral Act were not followed. And thirdly, that the required votes, being the majority and spreading around the Federation, 2/3 of the number of states and the Federal Capital Territory, were not fulfilled by the president-elect. And as well, they are also saying that, as a consequence of that, first, the petitioner is saying that Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who is the president-elect, should have the certificate of return retrieved from him and be handed over to Mr. Peter Obi. And the premise upon which is placing this is that, having not been qualified to participate in the election, all the votes cast in his favor were wasted votes. And so if those wasted votes are cancelled, then he emerges as the winner of the election. He has also said, in alternative to that, the INEC should simply cancel the election results and another election be conducted. So these are the prayers before the tribunal in summary. But what Mr. Peter Obi and the Labour Party have also done, and I think quite ingenious, is that they have brought in all the issues associated with the candidature of the president-elect. Saying that the president-elect had been involved in a matter in the United States of America where funds were forfeited to the state relating to some drug or narcotics transaction. That's one. And second, that the president-elect also had allowed his vice president to maintain 2 nominations at the time he was going to be contesting for the post of vice president. First, that he had the nomination pending as a senatorial candidate, and then he also has it. So these are big, a whole lot of things have been thrown into the basket. And I think is a situation in whichever way APC goes or turns, whichever way Ashwaji Bola Tinubu turns, the Labour Party believes is going to be caught by one or the other.
I know that, I mean, being a lawyer, I would not want to drag you into the meat of the matter, but we just wanted our viewers to get a sense of the implication of what Peter Obi and the other political parties have filed before the court, the tribunal. But give us a sense of the implications in the sense of the proceedings and how it will, what does the law say about after filing the petition, what is next? Is it a trial? What exactly are we to expect in the coming days?
Now, what we expect in the coming days, of course, if there are no preliminary applications or other pre-election applications, the tribunal will expect that if all papers are in, of course, we expect that the APC and Bola Ahmed Tinubu will file their own response to these petitions. And once that has been done, the pre-election applications will take place, if any, and the trial will take place from day to day. But, of course, it's going to take place at the Court of Appeal because that is what is provided in the Constitution, the constitutional provision. The Court of Appeal has the prerogative of taking the petition, and it's only where that is completed and the party is not satisfied, and then goes on to the Supreme Court. So what I expect is, and what I would urge Nigerians to do, is to follow these proceedings, because I must mention here that as much as possible, a lot of Nigerians are expecting that, well, the judgment will be given in a short while, and then we know who really our president is going to be. But the truth is, they have up to 180 days within which this whole process will take. And once that has been done, a judgment will be given. If parties that are satisfied, that's it. If they are not, then they go to the Supreme Court. But in the meantime, I see the council representing the president-elect and his party, APC, and the vice president, looking at the petition holistically and also drafting their own response to each and every paragraph and ensuring that they cover the grounds as well.
Now, sir, quickly, I have just about 2 questions for you, sir. One is because the party of the APC on their own side, they're also saying they might also challenge some of the results that Peter Obi and the other opponents got in this election. And one might want to assume that they also might want to sue or go to court in that sense. And we're also hoping that the PDP and Atiku Abubakar will also go. Should APC go to court? What is it called? Is it counter-suing? Or what exactly could that scenario be?
Well, you see, if the APC also has reasons to believe that, in fact, Mr. Peter Obi didn't even score the number of votes accredited to him, about 6 million votes, they would be entitled also to file their own petition. Well, the form of counter petition it would be. But the truth is, petitions will be heard by the tribunal simultaneously. So I believe one judgment will be delivered to cover the grounds. And then again, whoever is not satisfied will then go to the Supreme Court. But again, let's mention this. If APC and the president-elect also feel that there are areas that Mr. B also hasn't done very well, it's a way of ensuring that even if some of their own votes are discountenanced, they're not shortchanged. Everybody has to ensure that they put everything they have in accordance with the law.
All right, but on a final note, I know the connection didn't allow you to land on that thought, but quickly, sir, if you can give us an understanding of what to expect, for example, in the manner in which INEC has handled the governorship election result. We saw what happened in what the PDP candidate in Ogun State said in relation to what happened in Adamawa, in Kaduna State, in Enugu and Abia State. There are similar tendency but different treatment that has been given. A case where a result has been announced and INEC has declared the result. But on that premise, in the Adamawa case, it says the margin of victory is different from the PVC that is allowable to be collected in that area. And there are those who believe that shouldn't the same treatment be given across board? What are your views about this scenario, which is playing out evidently in Adamawa State, for example?
For Ogun State, I'll say this. Once winner has been declared, the matter ceases to be within the remit of INEC. You can only go to the election tribunal. With Adamawa, if the election is inconclusive, then there will be a runoff. And that's in line with the law. So it's not, I do not think it's a question of treating one party differently and another differently. Now, when the results, the difference between the first candidate and the second candidate, such that the score is less than what.
That is where we'll be done on that one. Let's look at this again. Let's simplify it for our viewers to understand the whole thing. And what happens is that, let me first introduce the person again, reintroduce him. You already had Kayode Adeluola. He's a senior advocate of Nigeria. And so you understand who is speaking. He's somebody that is knowledgeable in the law. For one to be a senior advocate of Nigeria, and he's making the interpretations, certain interpretations, though in the courts, it's going to be an interesting time in the court. But for now, let's look at what he said. And he started by saying, after the declaration of the results, the petitioners have up until 21 days. After 21 days, you cannot submit any petition. So you have just 21 days. And this Labour Party and other parties, including PDP, did yesterday. Everybody was. And INEC tried to make it hard for Labour Party. And perhaps you realize that they didn't come up with that they have the number of more number of votes cast in their favor than APC. They didn't come up with that. I was studying the petition and I didn't see anything like that. And I realized it's because INEC frustrated them. Yes, because the evidence they need with INEC in the beavers, courts gave judgment in favor of INEC to wipe off the evidence. So they had to swing the other way. They had to bring surprises in the courts. They have to look for other ways to try to win this matter. Because with the beavers, it would have been easy. People will see the real result as voted, as based on the votings. So Peter B's counsel, his team, his lawyers, realize INEC has, give them a big blow on that side. Meanwhile, all hope is not lost. But they choose to attack this matter in another way. That's attack Tinubu's victory. Now, like we said, from the day Tinubu was declared winner, or the president-elect, or whoever was declared winner, you have only 21 days to petition the tribunal. And all of them has complied. But Labour Party had to swerve. Now, here are the major grounds at which they filed the case. First one, that the president-elect, according to INEC, because me, I didn't still see that the constitutional president-elect, the president-elect by Mahmoud, that he is not qualified to participate in the election. Now, wait. Don't ask question yet. I will tell you other things. I will simplify it for you. He is not qualified to participate. How? Some people will be wondering how. We are coming to that. Now, the second petition, they said the requirements of Electoral Act were not followed. There is an Electoral Act that was signed into the law, which had the baptism of the president, the Senate, as a House of Assembly. Everybody agreed on this, and it was ratified that this will be how the conduct of the election will be. But INEC refused to follow it. INEC transmitted a result. The House of Representatives and Senate then decided to, when somebody said they saw what is coming already. It was going until a particular time they had to stop it because they could easily predict what was going to happen. Up to today, INEC is still uploading the result. And based on P2B's counsel, they could only get, as at the time they were looking at it, I think only the result of 2 states have been uploaded. So there could be manipulations. How wouldn't INEC have uploaded everything? Can you imagine? That even up to today, as we are talking, I think it's not yet ready. Now, on the third ground, they said they required votes, the 2/3 majority, 2/3 of Nigeria states. For you to be declared the winner, you have to win in 2/3. 2/3 of the Nigerian state, 2/3. Let's say the states are 30. You have to win in at least 20 states if the states are 30. 2/3. How many states did Tinubu win? I think he won in either 7 or 6. Labour Party won either 6 or 5 too. PDP won. So it is unconstitutional to declare him president-elect. This is how they came. So from all indications, he's not going to be inaugurated on the 29th of May because he didn't meet the requirement, that 2/3. And they said 2/3 plus federal capital. Even while you keep federal capital aside, he has not gotten the 2/3 that was stipulated in the law. Now, here are additional prayers from LP. Now, concerning Tinubu's not qualified, they mentioned the drug case. And look at the screen. I hope you're seeing what is there. They are ready for this. And this is where they surprised Ademola Kayode. He said, he talked about their intelligence. This was unexpected. If you hear that during his interview, he said they had to put another twist to the whole thing. It was unexpected. People wouldn't have believed they would query the INEC's president-elect past deeds in the United States. So, and on that ground, they are asking that his vote, because he's not qualified, because normally if you have tainted records like that, you're not supposed to vie for political seats, not even the presidency. So they are asking that Tinubu's vote, all the votes that were for Tinubu, should be declared null and void, or should be nullified, or maybe added to Labour Party. At best, nullified. And when you nullify that, the coast is clear. Yes, if he's not qualified, all votes that went to him to be nullified. Or at least INEC should cancel the whole election and let's go for a new election, presidential election, which I don't know how possible it is. So they talked about his narcotic case in the US. Man, this trial will be full of surprises. And I know a lot of judges will make a mess of their career. Because I'm not talking about something we don't have experience of, but we have not seen. What happened in Imo State? And that is why some of the judges, when they tried to travel to US, they were stopped. They couldn't get visa. And do you know the kind of attention that is on this presidential election, this particular one? Keep following us. There's a video we're going to share. You will hear foreign reports on this election. Okay, selection. Selection, please. I said selection. So his narcotic case in the United States will be brought up. Oh, that one is a bad dent. You know when they smash your car, there's some smash that are beyond repair. I think that will be the case. Meanwhile, we will wait for the court because there will be legal tantrums. You know, hey, courtroom squabbles. A lot to see. And another point Labour Party brought up, this one is another one. It is against the law. Tinubu's vice, Shetima, got nominations for Senate and as a vice president. It is not supposed anywhere. He's vying for both vice president of Tinubu and senatorial seats. They said that should disqualify the INEC president-elect for allowing that to happen. Let's round up with this one. What are we going to expect in the courts? Well, if all of the sides are set, they will carry on. Appeal court is the court designated for election tribunal matters. And at the end of the day, if anyone is not satisfied, they will have to go to Supreme Court. The whole process is expected to take 180 days. And APC also had the chance to challenge, just like they have been saying, Obi's actual number of votes in some states. They have the right. So the whole process is expected to carry on for 180 days at most, which is almost half of a year, or stretching towards a year. Now, another question people will ask, will Tinubu, being that INEC has made him president-elect, will he be sworn in as president while this happens? Dati had a say on that matter. He replied, that is INEC's president-elect. That is not constitutional president-elect. By constitution, he's not qualified to be sworn in. Constitution specified the requirements, what somebody must get, what somebody must score. The 2/3, he didn't meet that demands and other things. So there's a possibility of an interim government. And when that happens, I will tell you what was fulfilled. Meanwhile, this is where I will leave you for now. I remain your host on this show, Uzo OJ. Please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also follow us on Twitter and Instagram for more updates. Bye-bye for now.